Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel, Mind of an Engineer. Today is going to be a little bit different of a video. We usually cover, practice programming problems or going over coding concepts in Java. Today we're going to talk a little more on the artificial intelligence side. As you know, AI has become a huge part of our life, even making it difficult for culture to even catch up to the use of AI. Basically, if you've been on my website before, which is linked in my Instagram bio, I'm pretty sure it's also linked on my YouTube channel bio here. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. But if you've been on there, you would have seen I have a specific section that teaches you about base level AI and machine learning, and we're basically going to go over that in today's video. I'll explain that in a second. First, let's talk about what is machine learning and AI. So machine learning is a subcategory of AI. So most of the modern AI that we see every day, like ChatGPT and stuff like that, it's built on machine learning. And this is basically where like an algorithm is given like a large amount of data, and then it'll search through that data and try to look for any patterns or anything else it can recognize, and then it'll use those patterns to make predictions or decisions intelligently. So an example like ChatGPT, data is basically coming from the internet. ChatGPT looks through the internet, looks at the way people structure sentences and basically speak, different personalities, and then based on that, when you ask it a question or type in a prompt, it's going to respond with, a response that sounds like a human wrote it because it studied that, recognized the patterns of the human language. So there are three types of machine learning. There's supervised learning, which uses labeled data. It gives the AI labeled data to train them how to recognize relationships between different inputs and outputs. So the data is already labeled, the AI knows what that data means, and it just learns to recognize and put those two together. There's unsupervised learning, which uses unlabeled data to train AI algorithms to find relationships and patterns on their own, thus strengthening their ability to learn on their own. So before, with supervised learning, you're basically feeding it the answers for it to memorize. Here, it has to learn on its own, which can make it, a little more efficient for when it's learning stuff later on its own, so you don't have to keep feeding it information. Lastly, reinforcement learning uses the concept of trial and error to train AI by giving it some sort of award or penalty when it guesses something correctly or incorrectly. So I wanted to teach you guys with both the image and audio projects, but apparently I'm pretty sure because I'm currently recording with my only microphone, I won't be able to access my microphone on this website. So let's try the image one. Standard image model. So this right here is going to be a type of project that involves supervised machine learning because we're labeling the classes for the AI to recognize. So for this class, let's just call it, magnet, fidget magnets. This one, let's classify it as a controller. How about that? Okay. And then we can even add another one. Let's call it a pencil. Now, we can turn on our webcam here, and then we're going to record samples to give it data within this magnet classification. Here's the little fidget magnets. Let's just like that. Give it a whole bunch of samples, as much as it wants. My hand's maybe going to tweak it up a little bit. Now, let's try the controller. Hold up. Okay, here it is. Almost there. Okay. Now, see, it's not recognizing any of the things, so it's like tweaking out right now, but let's see. Let me move that pencil away. So my hand basically tweaked a lot of the magnet, so if it's mostly my hand, it's going to think it's the magnet. But let's see if we bring this up. It's like tweaking out. Okay, there it is. Like basically 100% because this is how I was holding it. It's still mostly around 100% when I'm moving around. So that's the AI recognizing it based on the data, those 173 image samples that we gave it. So let's try the pencil now. See, the pencil is pretty easy for it to recognize. Maybe it didn't have as many data samples of it in this orientation. That's why it's tweaking, but for the most part, it's doing pretty good. All right, finally, the controller. This one should be pretty easy. It's very distinct from the other two. Yeah, completely 100% most of the time. Yeah, and like I said, I wanted to do the audio sample. It's basically the same thing. You can probably try it at home. Let me turn my webcam off now. But anyway, so yeah, you can try it at home, the audio clip. You just similar kind of thing. You record samples of you saying certain words and then classify it as whatever that word is. And then do like 2 to 3 different classes of different words that you're saying, and then it'll allow you to train the model and then turn on your microphone and say one of those 3 words, and it'll pick up which one you're trying to say. So that right there is what machine learning is, and that's how it contributes to AI. And thank you for watching. Make sure to check out my Instagram. And yeah.